Welcome back to my channel. My name is Charles Peace. In today's video we'll be looking into sleeve, how to cut a sleeve. Now we have different types of sleeve. We have bishop sleeve, short sleeve, so many types of sleeves: trumpet sleeve, sleeveless, cap sleeve, puffed sleeve, bell sleeve, leg of mountain, circular flounce, regulance, cuff sleeve. But today we'll be making tutorial on how to cut a bishop sleeve. One after the other, I'll be showing you the videos on how to do different types of sleeve. Now, in drafting a bishop sleeve, firstly you need the length of your sleeve, your round sleeve, both to the upper arm and to the lower side. Now it will be a long sleeve, and when you are cutting a long sleeve, remember you concentrate on these points, the upper arm,
the elbow joint,
and your wrist. That means when taking measurement, it should be from your shoulder points here down to your wrist. Now when you have taken the measurement to know the length, the next thing, you have to measure the circumference of your wrist, the circumference of this region, and as well your arm side. The circumference is very important. You know, this side is bigger than this side, while this side is bigger than this side. For you to draft a bishop sleeve, you first of all get your normal sleeve pattern before you can now extend it to get a bishop sleeve. Now I'll demonstrate it with this pattern paper. I'll first put the length of my sleeve. My sleeve length is 20 inches. This is 20 inches here, plus 1 inch allowance, making it 21. So this is 21 inches. Now from the shoulder joints, I will mark 10 inches. This will be for my
elbow joint.
Then I'll join the lines together. The next thing is to measure my round sleeve, the upper arm. The circumference of my upper arm is, let's say, 15 inches. So 15 divided by 2 will give me 7.5. So 7.5, I just added only ½ inch, making it 8 inches. So I'm working with this because it's the fuller part of the sleeve. So 8 inches is okay for me. Now
Elbow joint
is 11 inches. That is 5.5 inches, and I added ½ inch to it. That is this point here. Inches here. Now to the wrist side, my measurement is 8 inches divided into 2 will give me 4 inches. This is 4 inches, and I added ½ inch to it, this extra ½ inch. Then I will join the lines together. Now the length of the sleeve is 20 inches plus 1 inch, that is 21 inches. This is 21 inches here. Now to get my ankle length, I will measure 10 inches. 10 inches. So I will join the lines together. Now my round sleeve, that's the upper arm, is 15 inches divided by 2 give me 7.5. plus 1 inch seam allowance. For this point, I have 11 inches divided into 2 will give me 5.5 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance. Then the rig side, I have 8 inches divided into 2 will give me 4 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance. Then I'll join the lines together. I've gotten this side, so the next thing I'll do is to measure out 3 inches. Yeah, then these 3 inches I will join it to this point. That is, if it's a normal shirt sleeve, you just cut it. You don't need much curving on it, unless it's a puffed sleeve, maybe the one that you want to plait it, you want it to be full at the shoulder side, then you can go ahead and extend it. But for normal shirts, you can use 2.5 or 3 inches depending on the size of the person. So this is what I have here. Now the next thing I will do, remember bishop sleeve is normal at the upper side, but at the lower side there's something like a cuff, and this side, the joint between the cuff and the down and the upper part is a bit full. What do I mean? That is, you need to extend it. This is the point we'll be doing slash and spread. You're going to spread it through for you to get the volume that you want, so that it will be planted with the cuff here at this region. So now you measure the length you want for your cuff, whether you want it 3 inches. Now, so this is elbow line, or you call it ankle. Now, why this is the rig side? So the rig side is not for you to determine where you want the puff to be. If you want 3 inches, 4 inches, depending on the length, or you want 6 inches as well, you can go ahead and measure it. But let's just do with 3 inches. Yeah, we measure 3 inches. Remember, I didn't measure from this is an extra seam allowance, so I did not add it. That means from the seam allowance it should be 4 inches. So this is 4 inches. Okay, so now that means this side I'll be cutting it off. Now, to spread it through, I'll first of all let me just mark 3 inches downward. Remember, these 3 inches, I already minus 3 inches at the upper side. So with these 3 inches and 3 inches, it will be 6 inches, depending on the point you want to spread from. Now I'll mark 6 inches here as well. If you want your own to be curved, a kind of normal curve at that upper side, you can go ahead and mark maybe 3 inches here. Then you can shape it to have a curve the way you want. So this is a normal shirt sleeve. This is how it is, unless you want the blouse type is different from the shirt type. So now I'll cut this off. I'll first of all cut out all of them. So by the time I cut it, this is what we are having. So now I'll cut this part off. Then at this point I will as well slash this line open. I have to mark it. So I just extended the line to make sure it reached this edge. I measured the same 3 inches that is here. Remember, from the upper side is 6 inches, but the two sides is 3 inches. So what I will do now is to cut this part. I will slash it open. Then I will leave it. I will not cut all of them off. Then I will slash the lines. Then I'll cut. This method is called slash and spread method. Now I've done that, the next thing I'll do is now to bring another pattern paper and place it. I will now determine how many inches I want to spread it through. So I'll first of all use my sellotape to hold it. Now I'll be using 2 inches to spread it. So I mark from this edge 2 inches. Then I'll put this second one. I'll mark another 2 inches. Place the third one. Now while you are doing it, make sure everything is on the same line. Now I've already spread it with 2 inches. So what I would do now is to join the lines, and remember, to get the curve down, I will join only these 2 edges, this one at this side and this one at this side. Then I will take it round. The length here, that is what I will use to cut it, not this side, because when I cut it with this side will be out. So I have to take it straight. I have to, from this point here to this point, that is these 2 edges, that's the major line I will draw as the concluded line. That's the line I will use to join it, not the inner one. I have to use my ruler then and curve it to get that point I'm talking about. Okay guys, this is the line I mean. So I will now trace all the lines and then cut it off. If I now cut it, I will show you how to plait it, and then you'll be using this edge to close it up at the down part. Now we'll cut it out. Now I want to launch the center part of the shoulder side. Now by the time we cut it, this is the shape that we'll be having. So now what we'll do now is to plait this side to rhyme with this length. Remember, we cut this one out, it will be the hand curve. So when you plaint it, after planting it, you're going to use this to sew it together to get this curve here. Now I'll show you how to plaint it. After planting it, you now place it on the normal shape. This is what we are having. So now the next thing is to close it up with this curve. You can see that. So after planting it, you now use this down part to close it up. The job is done. So we've gotten the normal shape. Now after joining this part, this is how it should look like. So your sleeve is ready. Now after joining both the upper part, that's the normal sleeve and the cuff, this is what it should look like. Remember, we are working with a pattern paper. So by the time you do your slash and spread, you now have to take this one and cut in your fabric and this part, then you join it together. So your sleeve is ready. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I publish another video. Bye.